anyone who's decided to come watch, thank you very, very much. I have been away for a hot minute, so I would not be surprised if people had forgotten I existed, which is totally fine. I am going to start a new sandbox zoo, and then we are going to talk about why I have been away. I normally don't do African, but I kind of want to try. So let's do an Africa zoo, just cause. So if you're new here, this is the Friday Cozy Corner. It's just a place where people can come and relax and just unwind after a long week. We just chill. It's a nice time. We usually talk about the week and just gossip and catch up and just have a nice relaxed time. Now, this week is a little bit different because I have been away for 2 weeks, and for a pretty important reason, I fled domestic violence. So, well, I'm just casually building a zoo. So, my husband of 6 years had some problems. Oh, paused it on my birthday. And it had been problematic for a few years. Probably after I got pregnant, frankly, which, if anyone who knows about domestic violence knows, is a pretty heightened time for domestic violence. So I'm just gonna focus on this first because I can't do this and build a zoo at the same time, unfortunately. So it started pretty slowly, and there wasn't much physical stuff to begin with. It was more coercive control and tracking my location, and just always needing to be connected, but not really wanting to actually assist in anything. It was just more like he had to be there to supervise. Grocery shopping, just being in the house. If I was in a room, he usually, unless he was gaming, he had to be in that room too. So I was pretty much on my own throughout the pregnancy. I was really sick, and he would wash his own clothes and he wouldn't wash mine and crap like that, little things. And then after the kids were born, he really struggled. So there was a lot of yelling and a lot of hitting walls and a lot of neglecting the kids. I was pretty much on my own with the kids for the first 12 months of their life. He was there. He just didn't really want to engage that much unless it was convenient for him, for they were playing games and they were giggling. It was fine. If they were crying, he was out the door. He dropped them once each, but he was generally clumsy with them. So I just kind of took over being with the kids for as much as I could. And then slowly it just sort of became normal. It became normal that he always wanted to know where I was. It became normal that he would stand over my shoulder when I was at my computer asking who I was talking to, what I was saying, what I was doing. It became normal that I did all the housework and the planning the menu and cooking and all the finances. I wrote the spreadsheets on how we'd be spending money and had to negotiate with him and get approval for the family budget. So he got an allowance and I didn't. That sort of stuff. It all became very normal. And throughout all of that, for obvious reasons, on our personal intimate sort of level, things kind of fell apart. Uh, After having kids, choking became a bit more common. I blacked out, I think, twice from him choking me without really me wanting it. Calling me names, slapping, that sort of stuff. Always in a sort of an adult context, so it's a little easier to kind of talk away and say like, oh well, he was just like, that's what he wanted to do, and like, of course I'm into it, but you know, that is not consent. um, an important thing to know, just while I'm bearing my soul in a very inappropriate way onto the internet. Before I met him, I did adult content, just camming, and I really enjoyed it. I really liked doing it. Like, I'm pretty sex positive. Just get to know all about me right now, guys. Just whatever. And I stopped it because he didn't want me to. And as things kind of became worse in our relationship, that kind of got a lot more controlling, to the point where it was like, well, you can't have like adult toys because that's considered cheating too. And I did the wrong thing. And for a week, I went back to doing adult content. Less than a week, but it doesn't matter. And I fully accept and appreciate that that was stepping over a boundary that I should have respected. In a healthy relationship, that absolutely was not okay. And in retrospect, he knew straight away, because he clearly had fake accounts to follow me on an account that I asked him not to follow me on, so I could have like a little bit of privacy in our relationship. Apparently that was not the case. He obviously knew, and he was understandably not happy about it. And he assaulted me. In some very unpleasant ways. And sorry. I don't want to be overly graphic or crass about the things he did and said, because I don't know how many, if any, or who will see this. And throughout all of it, I don't want him to lose his social network, and his supports, or his life, because maybe it's thanks to all the therapy I've had over the past like decade, but I think people can exist in two spaces where they're aware that a person is flawed and problematic, and also know that that problematic behavior is not relevant to them. So I don't necessarily see the value in, you know, being angry and vitriolic and, you know, I hope his life ends and I hope people stop being friends. I don't. I just want him to get the help that he needs, and I want him to have a normal life, and I want to be able to have a normal and happier life myself. So he did some terrible things, things that I 2 days later, had to get up on a witness stand and recite into a microphone for a record so that I could get a restraining order to protect myself and my children from him. On Monday, I went to work, and work was already aware that there was a situation because of something that had happened a few weeks prior, where I had to leave the house to get him to stop. So they were aware, and I already had someone who was helping me. We thought we would have more time and we'd be able to do it in a less traumatic way. But I basically went in on Monday and I contacted them. I went in very early. I contacted them and I said, I don't know what timeline we were going to have planned for this, but it's gone. I'm leaving today. Got the kids out of school early. Got my family to pick up my animals because he has had consistently lashed out at them in the past to the point where it just, I'm sure if he ever saw this, he would look back on it and say that's normal. Like, I never actually meant to hurt them. But he also looked at me and said, I've never abused you. I do it because I love you and I care about you. And that's usually what abusers say. I got the kids out, I got the animals out, and I went into a safe house. And that is where I have been up until Wednesday, when I was finally allowed to come back to my home with the locks changed and increased security. He is no longer allowed back in the house. Tomorrow I will be moving all of his things to our storage unit and removing mine so that he can have access to all his things, because again, I don't hold any ill will against him. I just want to be able to have a chance at finding happiness. But what he did was not okay. What he did was domestic violence. And not just in that one incident, but over years. I wanted to come back on earlier, but I was so scared that he would pop up in my chat box because he follows this account. I have been avoiding social media. I have not been able to access my old phone. I'm on a safe phone. I had to have my car swept for bugs today. It's been a lot. It's been a lot. And I just wanted an opportunity to tell people where I've been and what's happening behind closed doors. And I know that I have my part to blame for what incited what happened. But what happened should never have happened. It was a crime. It was multiple crimes. And I think a very interesting thing, and I'm sure if other survivors ever watch this, see this, you might agree, there is a very interesting dichotomy in society where we say, you know, it's horrible, these statistics of these women getting abused, and men getting abused, being hurt, being assaulted, being murdered. And we need to stop it and we need to fix it. And then at the same time, when a survivor comes forward, people not wanting to engage with it because it might make them uncomfortable. It might make them have to question what they know about that person. And I hope I'm not the only one who's been in that situation and has felt very hurt and betrayed. That when push came to shove and a victim came forward and said, I have been a victim, people still respond like it's the 60s and say, well, we're here for you, but it's none of our business. Ask. Because choosing not to choose, choosing not to engage is making a choice. Choosing not to face what this person might be capable of is a choice. And it's a choice towards the abuser. Being uncomfortable is fine. It's an uncomfortable thing to have to face, to have to think about, and to have to engage with. But it is such a disservice to the survivor to say, we're here for you, but we don't actually want to know what they did. I don't actually want to get involved. Because that's what allows perpetrators to continue perpetrating. That's what keeps victims in a relationship. Because no matter how many signs or hints I may have put out to people I thought I could trust, those people felt it was easier and safer to change the subject when those things came up. And the more they did, the more I thought, it is normal. It's got to be normal because these people don't care. And it kept me here way longer than I should have. And it kept me here until I was assaulted. So that's where I've been. The background will be changing very soon because everything behind me is his, and it will be getting moved out tomorrow. So there will not be a Saturday Procrastination Power Hour this week, unfortunately, because I will be moving half a house. But afterwards, you will get to see my wonderful collection of pastel office supplies and cookbooks. And I have a lot of cookbooks. If you're dealing with domestic violence or you're not sure if you are, firstly, if you're not sure but you're not feeling happy, that's usually a hunch worth following. Secondly, there are some amazing resources that you can look up. And if the thought of looking those things up makes you scared because of how you think your partner might react, that's a real good fucking sign that you should be looking it up. Carefully. But look it up. It was the scariest day of my life, leaving. And I didn't realize how bad it was and how much control he had over me until I was in a shopping center with a gift card to a grocery store to grab emergency supplies. And I was having a panic attack, telling myself he doesn't know where you are. Because I was so terrified that he knew where I was and he was going to come and find me and he was going to do something unspeakable to me. And I didn't know until that point how scared I was of that man. So, that's where I've been. I'm very glad to be back. I'm very hopeful. There's a lot to do, and it's very overwhelming and very scary. But I have this, and I have adult content that I'm making now because it's my body and I can do what I want with it. And I have a lot of reasons to keep pushing. So I hope you stay with me. I hope you stick around. I know I just unleashed a lot of information, some of which might not be everyone's cup of tea. And that's okay. If you have a problem with the other things that I do, I totally get it. I hope you can understand that those two forms of entertainment are very, very different, and they live in very different avenues in my life. So other than my explanation today, where for the sake of full transparency, I shared that information, it's not something that normally comes up over here because it's not relevant. But I think I have to be up very early tomorrow for obvious reasons. But I think I have enough. I'm just going to mute my phone. I have enough time to make one enclosure. I'm not sure what I will actually make, but I have time for something. So, let me see what animals I have. I'm going with continent Africa. Oh, porcupines. Yes. My dinner is cold canned soup because I'm single now. and a brown sugar chai time milk tea because I'm treating myself. African wild dogs, hell yeah. Okay. Okay, we'll do this. We will do the African wild dog. Oh my god, I'm looking at the stats. Okay, I need a lot of land. Holy. Okay. That's fine. That's fine. We will make it a swirly whirly. So that's what I've been up to. But what has everyone else been up to? Oh, I'm just gonna delete this. So a big thing I really want to do is like a little cave cliff hill system. I think that would be really enriching for them. There we go. Oh gosh. Metal. You have to forgive me if I'm a bit rusty on some of the controls, because I am not an emotionally well girl right now. Don't need the research center because it'd be sandbox mode, which means they've got everything. Usually try and keep it down on fencing. No, not on fencing, on paths, because it's just like more fuss than it's worth. But I want to keep this semi-compact, so so now we can actually get animals, which is a plus. Okay. You might notice that my fingies are all fucked up. That is unrelated to what's been going on, actually. That was from my mum not noticing my fingers were in, like, the lip of the boot of the car, and she latched that shit down onto my fingers. But my kids, because I've got 4-year-old kids, they wanted to play doctor. So if you notice, I have some sick-ass Lightning McQueen band-aids. So, you know, I'm going to be healed up in no time, guys. It's going to be absolutely stellar. Ka-chow. Can you tell I've had to listen to that movie a million fucking times? They're worth it. 2 vets, because we're in sandbox mode. We've got unlimited money. Who cares? Wild dog. Love me a wild dog. Ugh. Why is that one more expensive, but it has lower stats? Alright, cheapo. Alright, I've got those 2. You. Quarantine. Oh. Start the game. There is a path to death. No, but meh. Fine. But I hate your face. I'm also thinking of doing like a covered viewing area, which would be cool. There we go. All right. Don't know if I'm gonna get that all done after, just because I spent a good 20 minutes bearing my soul to internet strangers. And now I'm really tired. Go figure. Best part is, it gets to go onto my YouTube, so people will get to see my trauma for even longer. On the plus side, I do believe I need to double check. I think it's either the 6th or the 9th that Tales of Rain Ravine is released, and I'm getting that damn game and I'm gonna play it. It's gonna start a fire. Stupid chat is in the way and I cannot see how much land area I have. There we go. Oh, excellent. Yeah, they'll be real happy with that. That's good. That's good stuff. Okay, so I think over in this corner I'll do a viewing area, I reckon. Yeah, I reckon. What? Sorry. Let's see how the African wild dog's doing. Excellent. They can move in a door. Okay, so I do want to create... Okay, I'm just going to, like, pause for a hot sec, because I'm just going to kind of scope out where I'm going to have this viewing area, and it's going to be in here. Alright, let's see. Construction. Is there any rock face stuff? I know that sometimes... I'm pretty sure rocks... No, those aren't the kind of rocks I want, though. Gabion. Oh, see, that's... Yeah, no. Like, yes, but no. But, like, yes. No. Want some more freedom there. There we go. No. This is going to be a pain in the ass to make, because I really want... No! Suck. Yeah, I'm gonna have to widen that. Just because I'm a stickler for symmetry. Sorry. Move you. I know it's because of the fence. I'm okay. I'm fine. I am fine. See, I'm even singing. Everything's okay. It's not the sign of a mentally unwell woman. Experience a woman's real-time mental breakdown while she tries and gets artwork aligned. It's fine. This is what I live for. Kind of. Nice. There we go. Okay. Alright. So, we're going to do windows there, which will stop the animals. And I will... That's probably about 2 meters, actually. Oh, never mind. Let's do... Nope. Why do you hate me? Where are my windows? Emissive. The fuck? It's fine. I'm just like... I just don't have any IQ points. At all. Ever. No, I don't want that either. Meh. Where are my glass walls? Why do I always choose that? That's a good question. Fuck you, that's why. I just like it. And what do I always say on my channel? It's my channel and I can do what I want. Story of my life, isn't it? Tell me, for the love of all that is holy. It is. Ugh. Why did I do that? Whatever. I'll fix it. I'll fix it in post. I'll write it and we'll do it live. It just... Sorry. Just chatting. Because I'm popular. Not here. Or pretty much anywhere else ever. But, like, you know. It could happen. Whew, sorry. Where are my mud walls? Perfect. Pop that there. Maybe another one on. No! Am I a joke to you? Like, legit. There you go. Actually quite nice to work in silence, not gonna lie. Just a really nice soundtrack. Doesn't have to be perfect because I'm going to put like a rock roof and greenery and stuff. So in all the imperfect areas, I'm going to have hanging greenery. Oh my god. You know what? I'm just going to build it on top because this is sandbox mode and I don't care. Doesn't have to be neat. It just has to be quick, right? A nice, cool viewing area. That's all I want. I want part of it to have water in front of it. Because I'm basic bitch. And I have the same signature piece in all my zoos. And that is a water feature. In like 90% of my enclosures. I am aware that I am very repetitive and unoriginal. Alright? Need you to rotate. No, I'm not doing this. I'm doing rocks. Oh my god, Dorothy, you dumb bitch. I don't want aquatic. Yeah, desert rocks. Cladding. It's gonna be a little bit unoriginal, right? Because the cladding is going to, like, that's what's gonna get us through. That's gonna be the main pieces. And then we're going to, like, build character on top of it, okay? 4x4 or 4x4 2. Or 2x2. Hands of blue. God, I hope somebody who watches my channel knows Firefly. Otherwise, what am I even doing with my life? It's gonna take a minute. again, we're going to add character later. So right now we're just throwing cladding down like it owes us money. Or like we're in some of those weird books I like to read. A lot of better Planet Zooers will tell you, like, just rotate the rocks and it'll look like a whole new rock. But I am not a better Planet Zooer. I am me. So let's just do what we're gonna do, okay? Stop asking me questions and get into my van. I want to create a little roof. I think that would be really, like, nice. Nice. All right, now we start adding some personality. I would say trust the process, but I am just throwing stuff down that I think would look good. So I can't tell you that it's a process worth trusting. I'm just saying. Like, come along on the ride with me if you want to see what happens, I guess. Right. Africa, and the biome will be grassland and desert. Okay, just desert then. Aloe vera of all things. That doesn't surprise. Actually, like, it clearly does surprise me, but then I think about it and I'm like, actually, that makes sense. I'm good. Good century plant. Want some... The difficulty with this is that... Oh, a quiver tree. Sorry, so the difficulty with this is that I very much want hanging plants. And seems to me like there's not a lot of hanging plants that are appropriate for this biome. Which is frankly a travesty. Okay. Didn't realize there was that big a gap. Whoops. I will likely come back on another day when I'm mentally stable and fix this. Because this requires a lot of patience for someone who is, frankly, 2 heartbeats away from a mental breakdown. I keep saying it. I'm fine. I mean, I haven't said that yet, but I'm fine. I'm okay. I have a really great, lots of people helping take care of me right now. Professionals, not just my therapist. Shout out to my psychologist, who I've been with for over a decade, who is just ride or die. But actual, like, domestic violence groups and, like, government services and all sorts of amazing, like, genuinely heroes. I will never forget the lady who came and met me in the shopping center at 8 o'clock when I was having a full breakdown, terrified, feeling like a horrific mother. My children were so tired and we couldn't go home. They were very excited as well. They've been scared of Daddy for a while. So they were very excited. But at the same time, they're 4. They were tired. We didn't know where we were going. We had to wait for a taxi. I am autistic and really struggle with change and didn't want to vomit in a taxi from anxiety. And this lady, these 3 people, a man and 2 women, one of them being someone who I will absolutely never forget, even if I don't know her name, came, saw me, talked to me, literally held my hand and walked me down to my car to get my things, and the kids who were waiting with my dad, he was watching them. They drove me to the safe house in their car because they could see that I could not handle a taxi. They bought the kids McDonald's. The kids got Happy Meals. They hugged me. They did everything they could to calm me down and to be there for me. And those people, forever and a day. Heroes, absolute heroes. They're like incredible people. So shout out to them. No amount of baked goods could thank them for what they've done for my family, and I'm sure so many countless others. All right. We need to create an invisible barrier. Me constantly waxing poetic. No, we'll go straight. We'll go with straight. Ew. The fuck? Fine. But I needed to be the invisible one. Invisible one. Okay. Let's see how much it yells at me for doing all that. Because it might be like, it's an invalid enclosure now. I don't know if it's going out the door. Why is the alarm that an animal has escaped going? Oh, for God's sakes. She's doing exactly what we want her to do. Okay, let me pause it. This is the problem with these enclosure, like these fences. They are the worst. No, go away. I want this. Edit barrier. You used to be able to move stuff with that. Why do you hate me? Okay. not escaped. Better. Excellent. Let's restart. How happy is she with the... Yeah, there's not enough short grass. That's what I thought. Terrain. Short grass. Just trying to get it just right. Excellent. Okay, and then what I will do is I will add a little watering hole here. Little watering hole, she says. Okay. There we go. We'll add a little more. We'll add some heavy soil where the shelter will be, and I tend to add the shelter in front of the keeper gate so that the keeper gate is hidden. So we will do that. But people seem to be enjoying the lookout so far. That's good. I obviously need to get some money-making ventures into that. But for now, I'm just going to add a hard shelter, which I always try to make look natural, which means more rocks. So many more rocks. It is going to be large, yes. As you can tell, because they do become quite a big pack if done correctly. So they will need a large cave-like covering. There we go. Of course, that is not looking particularly realistic. Ay, what's going on here? There we go. And choop, choop, choop. dual and a palm would be lovely. Perfect. Alright, coverage is pretty good. Actually, that looks too placed. Let's pop it around here. Okay. Okay. Environment's looking alright. We want enrichment. So, let's do food enrichment. We will do a zebra pinata. And what's a rotation line feeder? Oh, why don't we do that somewhere like here? And then for toys, we need a blood scent marker. We need a prey scent sack. A little sprinkler looks adorable. And that should make happy wild dogs. Yeah, and if they stand right there, they can see the rotation feeder. They can see the tater tata pinata. And 2 happy wild dogs who should be making bubbles soon. I still have to zhuzh it up, I know. They're just such cute animals. I know that they're absolutely ferocious and, you know, I know the whole thing of if not friend, why friend shaped. But like, and they are very much not friend, I know. But just look at him. Look at his face. I love him. Oh, I do. I curl up. What a lovely way to end an incredibly short stream. Normally, I know I go on for longer, and that is the whole point of the Friday cozy stream. But it's been a big couple of weeks. I've got a lot that I still need to do today and tomorrow. But thank you for letting me be honest and share what's been going on with me, and explain in advance why some things might be a bit different. I have the kids on my own now. I have court dates and paperwork and a million other things to do as well. This will always be something I want to come back to on my scheduled days because it's, for me, it has been and it will be. And I hope that you want to join me on the journey. If anything I said before makes you not want to do that, that's totally okay too. But thank you for being here. Thank you for watching. And thank you for coming along with me. I won't see you tomorrow, but I will hopefully see you on Wednesday for a new demo day, and we'll have a lot of fun. So thank you for watching my stream instead of all of the others that you could have watched. I'm sorry it was a bit of a downer, but thank you again from the bottom of my heart, and have a lovely night.